Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another interview here with Innumeris Education. My name is Niall Hannigan, and I'm the PRO here at Innumeris Education, and I'm delighted to be joined by Bidemi Ofolabi. How are you getting on?
Getting on well, man. I'm getting on well. Cheers. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Looking forward to having a chat, I suppose, about your own experience, in academics and also in sport. And you're also a co-founder of Promotion Intelligence. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we're a consumer intelligence platform that helps brands understand their clients better. So we aggregate and we process big data and we present that to CPG clients as a simple SaaS solution.
Brilliant. Sounds good anyway. So I will get into a bit more detail on that later on, but I suppose the main reason why you're on today is, you're a massive support and a massive patron of the student athlete program that we have here at Innumeris Education. Just kind of talk me through why you wanted to get involved. And obviously I know that you know Dan from a while back. So just kind of give me a bit of a rundown of that.
Yeah, so Dan told me that he was involved in this great initiative, and I looked into it and really resonated with me. In a previous life, I was a footballer and I was over in England. But what I found was that, football and education, they're completely, well, in my experience, there were two completely separate paths. And, I felt like this shouldn't be the case. And I noticed the work that Dan was doing and it really resonated with me. And I just wanted to support in any way that I could.
Yeah, definitely. No, we found that as well. That sometimes, if footballers are released from clubs, that it might be very hard for them to kind of find their own path then afterwards, in terms of maybe they would have been sacrificing their education for it. So I suppose with the student athlete program, it's really trying to promote people to be able to balance both.
Yeah, definitely.
So how did you find, I suppose, having played football and then going back into education, how did you find that transition and what did you go down into?
So at the start, when I was making the transition, it was very challenging. I was over in England playing at Oxford, and then I came to Ireland. I was going to sign a contract with Linfield in Northern Ireland. I got offered a 6-month contract, which I just didn't think it was great. At the stage that I was in life, I wanted to be progressing. And then I remember one day I was in my room, and then I saw my chemistry book just hanging out of my wardrobe. I thought to myself, this is a crazy idea, but I think maybe I might go back and do my Leaving Cert again, and maybe pursue the academic route. So I did that in Rathmines, and then I did well enough in the Leaving Cert to get into pharmacy in Trinity College, and so that was the route that I took. And when I was playing football, there was a part of me that just didn't feel. I felt like I was missing something. Like it wasn't a safe career, and I wasn't really progressing that much in football. I knew by the time I hit 30 or 35, I probably would have some regrets because I wouldn't have anything to fall back on, really. So that's what drew me down that switch, that transition.
Yeah, very good. No, it's great to hear that. I suppose like the anecdote about the chemistry book is brilliant. So it is like I saw the article as well and in the Irish Independent that you had as well. So it's great to kind of call back on that.
Yeah.
Just kind of talk me through your time in Trinity as well. I know Dan was there with you. Both of you grew up together. So what was that like?
Yeah, it was great. Trinity was it was a great experience for me, especially considering the background that I come from. I never would have thought that I, go somewhere like Trinity. And yeah, with Dan there, Dan's from a similar background as well. And I know Dan a long time, and it was great. It was great being in Trinity. It was a lot of hard work, a lot of late nights, as you can imagine. But it was a great experience. I met so many amazing people, like Dan, and yeah, we really bonded in Trinity. And our paths kind of, we went down the same kind of path, being another thing as well, from the backgrounds that we come from, a lot of people don't really go down the elite or high level academic route. And to see someone else doing the same thing, it was amazing to see. And we really struck and we built a great friendship from there. Yeah.
Definitely paving the way in terms of that, and definitely tackling the law and the pharmacy side of things. Like it's two tough routes to go down, and I'd say there was plenty of work involved, like you were saying.
100%, late nights in the libraries, yeah.
Good stuff. And were you living out from home in Dublin, or were you living at home, still traveling out to Trinity, or what was the story with that?
Yeah, living at home. I live down in Kilmainham, and he's from down in Clondalkin, so not too far away.
Yeah.
So it's not a long commute for him. I was really lucky. It was literally like 15-20 minutes on the bus.
Yeah.
And I had a few buses, but he wasn't too far away either. So yeah, we were lucky enough in that sense.
Brilliant, not so bad. So I suppose you kind of progress out of Trinity anyway. What's the kind of next steps for you once you graduate, and what were you kind of eyeing up?
So I only just graduated there recently. It's probably like, what, 4 months now, graduated in October. So I graduated with a master's in pharmacy, and the traditional career progression in my case would be to, take a job as a community pharmacist or hospital pharmacist or pharmaceutical industry. And although they're great options to have, none of those really appealed to me. So what I've done and what I did during college was I tried to start my own business. And I was supported in Trinity College through Launchbox and Tangent. So we raised some money, and now I'm basically working on my startup full time. And I locum as well. I locum a few days, maybe 1 or 2 days a week, just to practice as well. I spent 5 years doing this, so I want to practice it too. And so for me, the future is going to be hopefully that I can work my business full time and grow it and expand into other countries in Europe. Yeah.
Brilliant. And so was that a 5-year course, and that master was a straight master's course, or did you have to apply to do the master's year?
It was a 5-year integrated master's. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. I got that wrong then. I thought there was another year in there. So just kind of talk me through how you came up with the idea of the startup. Like, obviously doing that during your studies isn't an easy thing. And I know I've heard of a lot of companies and a lot of startups at the minute that have gone through the Launchbox program. Just kind of talk me through how you find balancing all that along with your academics.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough. So this was in 4th year when we came up with the idea to start a business, and we applied for Launchbox. And this was just at the time when, COVID came about. So a lot of our lectures were online, and everyone was sent home, lectures went online. So we were kind of fortunate in that sense that we had a lot of time. We didn't have to sit in lectures. We could attend our lectures online.
I know, come on.
We could attend our lectures online. So we were able to devote significant time to starting a business. And as well, stay on top of our academics, because I felt like I could manage my time better. I could maybe study more in the evening times, or if I had a meeting, I could take that. I could be more flexible, and I wouldn't have been able to do that really, especially in pharmacy, because it's so demanding. I wouldn't be able to do that if we didn't have that, hybrid online model there. It was a tough challenge. I still don't know how we managed to do it, but we're doing it anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, and I suppose like you're cutting out the commute as well in terms of that time. You're saving time all over the place throughout the day, like, so it's definitely a nice model to take. Like,
definitely.
Very good. So when you kind of reflect back on your time, obviously with the student athlete program with ourselves, we're trying to show that you really balance both in terms of the academics and the sport. Is there kind of lessons that you've learned from over your time, playing at the high level in football, and then kind of also achieving really brilliant results in terms of your academics as well? What's kind of the lessons or the advice that you would kind of give to people, I suppose, looking back on your own experience?
Yeah, my advice is that you can definitely do both. And I wish I had the opportunity to do both, really. So from when I was 17, it was kind of like I can either do academics or I could do football. I can't do both. I think that, that's definitely not the case. When you're playing football, you have a lot of free time in your hands. So you can definitely fit in your academic work there as well, making sure that you have some type of qualification as well. As much as everyone likes to dream and think that, we're going to play in the Premier League, we're going to do amazing things in football, it's absolutely, I can't express how important it is to, keep up the academics, because, things can go bad in football. You just don't know what's going to happen. And having that solid academic base, it'll stand to you later on in your life. So my advice is that you can definitely do both, for sure. And I encourage people to do both.
Very good. That's what we like to hear anyway. That's cool. Good stuff. And just in terms of your business as well, obviously it's a really like cutting edge technology that you're using as well at the minute, and it's very forward thinking as well. What's your kind of goals for that over the next while?
So we're launching there on the 14th of February. That's the plan anyways. We're still in the late testing phase. So over the next few months, we plan to grow our user base here in Ireland, and also our client base as well. We have some very exciting clients in the pipeline that we're due to announce soon. And also we'll be completing our seed round of funding. So we're raising a round of $1 million, and hopefully we can close that in the next 3 to 4 months. So that's the pipeline for this year anyways. Yeah.
Brilliant. And when you look back now, do you think you ever would have been starting your own business in this industry? What do you think of yourself, I suppose, if 15, 16-year-old years looking back now?
Absolutely not, really. That's another thing. I wish I kind of gotten more involved with technology at that age, but I never would have thought that I'd be doing something like this at all.
No, it's brilliant. So it is brilliant. So it is. I suppose that Dan's the same. Like, you know, he's progressing as well, and he's now in London as well. So he is after finishing up in Oxford and carrying on with his work there. So you know, these are both flying it. So he's there. So
yeah, he's doing very, very well. I lived in Oxford, and for him to go there, to go to the college, is absolutely insane. You know.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, look, Bidemi, I think we'll wrap it up there. Really appreciate you coming on. It was great to kind of get an insight into your own experience balancing both academics and sport, and then kind of pursuing both at a really high level as well. And look, we're delighted once again that you were such a big backer of the student athlete program, and a patron for the program. So we really appreciate it here at Innumeris, and all the best with your new business, and hope it goes from strength to strength.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
No problem.